Well, okay, here, so I'm making from a wedge, I'm making a spherical object underneath. That was a wedge, which was placed from wakeboarding site Schiedam, wakeboarding site Vlaardingen, wakeboarding site Naaldwijk. I posted a schans picture in which I fell and broke my arm, and I proceeded to put the schans into extract and into what's it called, the design program, the 3D development program. And in the 3D development program I drew up several things around it, amongst it a slightly shorter donut shaped thing which was kind of incorporated for trying to protect it and trying to succumb it. So there is the round I make, the circle, and then I have to draw from the 2-point arc. And that I make a sort of bar for around the wedge. See where you will jump and see where you will land. A bit excessive, but later on you don't really need it. It's this strange awkward wall which is sometimes necessary and sometimes found. There's these sculptures and these extrusions which are sometimes too obvious and sometimes not too obvious. Awkwardly enough, it's rather bizarrely important to understand that it's not just as simple as the weight that is important, but also the slight angle at which will be incorporated. I do not see your point of view in that. It's 1826 millimeters. That would be a lot of metal for you, buddy. That would be a lot of metal for you. Under that prospect, I find the following example on that block for the spherical side of the Earth. That is the six-sided head, which is currently lying on the point. You can see it in the distance, the other thing on the cube. I proceed to make some measurements to see if that from the cube stand you can see onto the edge of the over the wall. Indeed can, barely, but you can see it over the wall. So that is funny in that perspective. See my beautiful drawing of that metal and that copper. That wooden puzzle which is in all colors on the expanded and extruded. The Rubik's Cube, which you don't really need, but the Rubik's Cube is definitely important in this procedure. Under this topic, I can bring you the following example of solving a Rubik's Cube, but in the I do not know how to put it later into the video. I'm currently trying to do my best as I can for the ASML stock to 50,000 shares. I found my core examples in my business very important. Slide notation was my core example and what I wanted to work. It is a measurement company that I founded in 2011 and functioned in the Maasvlakte, the Rotterdam area, very successfully for LNG shipping. 5 years later, I was incorporated in the Chamber of Commerce of Den Haag, which put me through to London, and I started an IPO. From my one-man ran company in Den Haag, Schiedam. And there I proceeded to build my own stock market and build my own shareholding exercise. And I currently hold on 185,000 euros in stocks on my company in the London Stock Exchange. But my IPO, I do not have no other way to back up my expenses and my omzet in my company. And my omzet in my company is measured in euros. And how to register it on the London Stock Exchange, the easiest way was shares in other companies. It was the easiest way to declare which profit you had as a stock. Is that a full IPO? It's probably not a full IPO, but to a certain extent I believe that my share price is currently at 65.79 euros. And maybe you find it excessive, maybe you find it normal. That is also my hourly rate. I find it very peculiar how I calculate my things, but I base it on 2,500 hours a year. And on the assumption of 65.79 euros, I can make more than 130,000 euros a year. With that taking in mind, I can make 100,000 euros a year. I'm doing well on the stock exchange. I'm very successful, but in Europe, it's very difficult to maintain a contract. I did not have a contract throughout 2018 and 2019. I did not work for any company. I did not have any income. It's very difficult to maintain the electricity grid. It's very difficult to maintain the industry. But to a certain extent, I find it very important to do this for my own company. I really try to do the exercises as best as I can. And I really try to perform in a Rabobank Ondernemers Club about really important things. But yeah, important things are sometimes not measured. We think the curfew is absolutely horrible. The thing that happened with the curfew in Britain, that should not have happened. But if it could have prevented it, it would have been nonsense. It's silly that they implemented something like as a curfew, or maybe it was describing a certain phenomenon in a certain area of a certain natural cause. But under that prospect, I see that I now made a yellow object of 11 sides. It's a bit of a tall answer from Utrecht that there are 11-sided objects, not like dices. That's even more bizarre. But on the subject of who was working where, when, and where, it is very effective that the dice could be faulty. So the faulty dice is thrown, and I find myself in the city of Sommelsdijk, not knowing where to start, not knowing where to stop. I proceed to build, I proceed to take care, and I end up with 7 houses in Sommelsdijk, like pure property, bare off taxes. There's never any taxman going back to the 7 properties in Sommelsdijk. That's how it ended up with 11-sided dice. Bit of an awkward, peculiar moment. You didn't yet know that. That might have been true, that might have been fact. But on that topic, I don't want to risk human life, so on that assumption to put 7 humans in, no, that would be dangerous. We let it live as let live, and that happens, that dogs run through. I'm gonna place the left-sided object on top of the cube as well. We narrow it down very far. We're gonna put it on several other flat objects at the top, just for the fun of it. I'm gonna put it straight up, it's too big. Nearly as big as a Rubik's Cube. Need to narrow it down a bit to 1/27 of a Rubik's Cube. And then we place it on top of the bare block. To be marble to say, well, Snow White. So then we copy it and we place it onto the object, onto a klosje. And then the British word and in Dutch you call it a klos. There's a smaller one, it's a klosje. And that are 2 sprockets. I was gonna place it on 2 sprockets, I believe. We're gonna put it on, yeah, more on there. Yeah, 2 sprockets, that's too dangerous. Bit of insanity about that Facebook and that whole. So there's obviously got hoedjes and yeah, sorry, that. I delete the wedge from down under wakeboarding club in Utrecht. Picking up some things, some paint inside of a different aluminium brush instead of polished stencil. We make a end cap at the Ferengi bar thing. Ferengi bar minimum. Outdoors alert. Try to get a square around it, but it's really difficult. Dus van een certain camera angle en dan zie je wel. As if with a red, but working as camera. Daar spin ik om de houten puzzel heen op zoek naar de hoek om het de beste invul te geven. Dat is ook niet helemaal, het is een beetje oneindig resultaat. Dat zijn de twee tetraeders uit elkaar gesplitst in een aantal onderdelen. En dat heeft een interessant effect, maar die onderdelen door elkaar in georelatieve positie. Dus spin ik rondom het object. Vind ik belangrijk, vind ik nuttig. Belde iemand, ik wil weten wat er aan de hand was. Ik was van elkaar aan het designen. Dus even een powershell dingetje, een reepje eruit halen. En dan moet het er een robot in was. Ja. There I'm making a pawn. I think from base layer of a circle with a small cap to a point, and on that point I place two side bubbles. Side bubbles are gonna go in circles around, but for that I need a base or circle orientation. Base circle is now going through the base structure of the pyramid. Under cap for the pyramid has the two spheres that I put in the middle. Something fun is coming, comment at the top for making clarity. Because difficulty is the item, I need to place a parabolic as a cap. There's no real tool for that, so I'm going to make a parabolic out of a pawn. Let's make a parabolic out of a cone. It's also not working for me, but no problem.